Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Instead of dealing with the ongoing and growing problem of substance abuse in Scotland, the SNP has instead relied on one small room in Glasgow to help solve the problem. This usage room, this consumption room as they're calling it, a shooting gallery by any other name really. And so old Columbian marching powder fueled yobs are basically causing problems in hospital. They're being admitted in ever increasing numbers, either for the overdosing or for injuries occurred while doing very stupid things on the buzz. You know, you do a bit of sniff, you do a bit of stupid. It's all there. And the statistics are what's described as alarming. Hospitalisation has increased by 14%. Hospitalisation for this particular problem has increased by 14% in just a year. Now, on top of everything else, this is driving the NHS in Scotland to beyond sustainable levels. It's already beyond sustainable levels. It's now taking it into crash area. It's going to implode. It can't handle it. According to Public Health Scotland, the number of drug-related hospital stays increased from 186 per 100,000 of the population to 212 per 100,000. I say up that 14%, but it's still rising. And with the number of deaths increasing as well, you have to wonder if this one little room in Scotland's second city, in Glasgow, is going to be enough, or should the SNP government do more? Well, of course, one of the problems is people get into this because they can't afford booze, because Scotland's brilliant idea of increasing the price of alcohol beyond the point which can be afforded meant that people went out and found other cheaper highs. One of which is, you do a bit of this, a bit of that, and you eventually get onto the harder and harder stuff until you're dying in a dirty back room in some abandoned house, filling your own pants with your own shit and lying there with glazed over eyes and a needle in your arm. What an elegant, glamorous way to go. But that's what happens when you have a government that literally doesn't care and is beyond, the problem is beyond its ability to fix. Those living in the most deprived 40% of areas accounted for 3/4 of all substance-related deaths. Drug deaths hit 1,172 in 2023, up 12% on the previous year. And it's got no sign of getting any better. It's just there. It's a problem created more or less by government, and it isn't being solved by the government that created it. 18 years of SNP rule, and this is what you've got. Drug capital of Europe. Well done to the SNP and their very strange policies. Thanks a lot. Bye.